Hello world, Stephen Michael Zach here. Today we have something that I've been wanting to get my hands on for a long time. Yes, I have the Forza 60B Mark II. Now, this is the first legitimate light I have had from Nanlite, and I'm very, very excited. I've had the Little Light 5C, I've had the tube lights, I've had the Pavel tubes, 2 tubes. I have had the light bulb, which I will be doing a review. I will be getting to that soon. But today we're taking a look at this. Now, this will cost you $319 at the time of the recording of this video. I did buy this with my own money, so these are going to be my own brutal and honest opinions as always. So let's take a look at what comes inside the box. My own brutal and honest opinions as always. This is new to me. Now, normally I do a pre-screening here, but I wanted to open this and really have a first reaction here. So popping open this, this did actually have a thing across it to protect it, which is very cool. But first thing we find when we open this is this comes in a very nice plastic bag, very protected, very cool. So let's talk about this case. This case feels very nice. Yes, you do get a strap. You get some very nice Velcro. These are very nice, strong straps. You get a place to put your business card or a tag or your logo. You do get these little elastic things to put an umbrella on. And yes, they are Velcro, so they do come apart. And flipping this over, you do get very, very nice rubber feet, which is super awesome. And this case feels fantastic. The zippers are okay. They're pretty good. I don't really have any complaints. And let's go ahead and pop this open. And again, I love this. I love when it holds the bag open. And wow, it actually holds the bag open. The aperture ones sort of do. These work, I think, a little bit better. Now in the top here, you are going to get this very nice padded strap with some clippy things there. And it looks like the cap to the light is separate, which is kind of interesting. And let's go ahead and start pulling this apart. Now you are going to first get in the first bag. You're going to get your control brick here. And yes, 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 there is a V-mount adapter, so you can clip this into a V-mount plate. It is already on and locked in, and it's screwed in, Allen keyed in, very cool. And they do give you a very, very nice solid cord here for hanging if you prefer. And it is a barrel plug. Next, we're going to open the next pouch here, and of course, here is your Bowens mount. Yes, I really love this. This is fantastic. We'll talk more about this. Very, very, very cool, very solid. Awesome that it is included. In the next bag, you are going to get your handle. Again, this runs on Sony NPFs. Again, so glad that this is included. Next up, you are going to get the power cord with very, very nice Velcro, and it looks fairly long, so that is cool. And in the last compartment, you're going to get some foam here. You've got another little foamy thing in here, your instructions and warranties and all that. Very, very, very cool. But in the last bag, you are going to get the light itself with the dish. Okay, can I say that this thing is incredibly light and small? I did review the Colbor CL60 and the RGB version. The reviews are right. The head-to-head is right there. The review is right there. This is a much better build quality. This feels better. It is roughly about the same size. This sucker is all metal. It's so nice. I kind of like this. It kind of feels premium now. The release button is right here, and you press that down. First off, there is maybe a little play in the dish, but that doesn't really matter. And wow, that is very cool the way that comes off. So there you go. That is that. Now there is glass protecting the COB. Now you do get a knob here, and it is a disc system, not a ratchet system. Thank you very much, Nanlite. That is fantastic. And this is pretty cool. And you do get an all metal yoke as well. Everything feels premium. This is a professional light. Now let's take a look at the back. Now you do have a jog and press dial here, and another press and jog dial here. You have a mode button here, a very small screen. You have your DC in 15 volt. There is a DMX. I believe it's, I think it's a micro DMX. I'll put down on the screen what it is. And thank you, Nanlite. You gave us a hard power button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is awesome. And on the bottom, there is a little USB plug for updates. Okay, so let's start to put this thing together. This thing feels very premium. One thing I do want to show you is there is a spring here. So this thing is spring tightened on the bottom, which is very, very cool. I really do like that. Definitely a nice spring. So you're not going to over tighten it, which is very, very cool, which means you're not going to drill into your tripod or your light stand. So that is a great feature to have. That is very, very cool. Let's go ahead and mount the dish. And the dish just clips on very nice like that. Now I really do like this Velcro. The Velcro is very, very solid. They give you quite a substantial Velcro here. We'll just plug that in like so. And again, even on this end, you get some very substantial Velcro, which is awesome. I'm gonna leave this on for now and plug in the plug here. And let's take a look at the controls. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into the menu system here. Now, this does have a hard on-off button, yay. Now this goes from 100 down in increments of 1 all the way down to 0, very, very nice. 1% is very, very, very light. And this goes all the way up to 6,500 Kelvin, all the way down to 2,700 Kelvin. And I will put this at 48 because that is what I film at. Pushing in this button, this is a quick on-off button. Your unit is still on, but it will shut off the light if you need to turn it off for any reason. Pushing this button in, this says long press right knob for 3 seconds to unlock. So yes, this does unfortunately have that locking feature that some of their other lights have. Not crazy about it, but there you go, there you have it. Pressing the mode button, we go into the effects, we get fire candle. And if we move throughout the menu here, you can actually control how fast and how slow this dims. You get an in point and an out point. You can actually control the speed. So that is very cool. And the brightness of how this dims, which is super awesome. Then you can control the color, and of course you can control the speed. So you can control the rate and speed, which is very, very cool on these special effects. Now going back up here, we'll go to bad bulb. We have fireworks, we have explosion auto, we have welding, we have CCT loop, we have the INT loop, we have flash, we have pulse, we have storm, which is auto, we have TV, paparazzi, and back to candle and fire. Pressing the mode button again, we go into our channel. Now, something that's interesting with Nanlite lights is when you go into the menu section, these special effects are kind of still going off, which is a little bit odd, I find, but there you go, there you have it. That's kind of just how it is. Now you do get multiple channels here for setting these to the app, I do believe. So that's very, very cool. Up to 512 channels, very cool. Again, that's also probably for the DMX. And you can go your output mode here. This is constant, or you can go to, let's go to max. You have constant. You have constant and you have your max. So we'll leave this on max. And moving down, you have your Bluetooth reset, and then you get into your DMX controls. So you have your ultimate, and you have your ultimate. You have 8-bit, it looks like here, and we'll go back to ultimate. Then you have your DMX reducer here, which I'm not going to mess with. You have your DMX DI, that's your curve. You have your DMX DI here. Right now it's set to linear. I'm gonna leave all of that alone because I don't mess with DMX. And you have your DMX smoothing, and you have your wireless protocol here. And you do get a fan on off. Now, I would suggest not turning this fan off because you are only limited to 30% power when you do so. So I would go down to the fan setting here, and I would just leave it on. Okay, so here is the light, and we do have the Bowens mount on just to show you what the corners look like, and it looks very, very, very clean, very, very, very cool. And let's go ahead and remove the Bowens mount, and let's take a look at what this looks like on its own. Okay, and here we are just on the yoke without the Bowens mount, and again, the fall off is absolutely beautiful. Not a fall off at all. There you go. That is very, very, very cool. Now slapping on the reflector, very, very, very nice. There is maybe a little hot spot, but actually I don't think there is. It is really nice, very well rounded due to the shape of this reflector. And again, it does have a little bit of ringing towards the end, a little fall off toward the end. Again, probably because of the way that this is designed, but not bad at all. It's a decent fall off. So you're not going to get a spotlight with this, but I didn't think you would. Okay, so here we are with the Bowens mount attachment. The one thing I did notice is you kind of have to just pull this away, kind of has to just kind of sit at the bottom here, or you can pull it around the front and put it up at the top. I've just kind of pulled it away here. And we're going to be attaching my ParaSnap. I did a review of the ParaSnap right there. You can check it out. I really love these things. I think they work fantastically well. Now this is the 44-inch version, which I think is going to be a little bit too big for this. But let's go ahead and slap it on and take a look. And again, I love the ParaSnap because you just do that like so, and that locks into place. And then you just grab on and, oops, I always forget to release the strap here. Kind of grab on like so, and flip it open. And as you can see, this works very, very, very well. This ratchet handle actually does hold a 44-inch. So that is very cool. Now, I would recommend not using a 44-inch. Again, this is a ParaSnap, so it is a little bit lighter than a normal Octagon softbox. But as you can see, this is having absolutely no problem with this big a modifier, which is super duper awesome. And let's jack this up to 100%. And I'm going to move this slightly off camera, and it does fill up this softbox quite nicely. So there you go, there you have it. Oh wow, it did kick. Now when I released the ParaSnap, it did actually kick the unit back, so I would not use this big a softbox on here. I just want to demonstrate that it could hold it. So there you go. ParaSnap, everybody. Check out the review. Okay, so let's talk pros and cons, and good God, where to begin with the pros. I am incredibly impressed. This is probably one of the top best lights I've had in my studio. I can honestly say that. It's small, it's light, it's powerful. The menu system is a little bit hard to navigate. It's not too intuitive. However, I've had Nanlite lights before, so it's kind of the same menu, so I do know how to navigate it just from having other lights. Very, very well built. There is glass over the COB. This thing comes with everything that you need. It comes with this wonderful, this pretty decent, I would say pretty decent Bowens mount. Now, one thing I didn't point out is that it does have an umbrella mount, which goes into like this hard metal mount on the bottom, so that's awesome. And you do get kind of a ratchet thing here, and it is kind of almost like a GoPro kind of system here, which is very, very cool. Now, this can hold a 44-inch ParaSnap. Now, I would not put a 44-inch full-on softbox on this thing. It may bend this thing, but the ParaSnaps are a little bit lighter, are much lighter, I should say, and it did handle it pretty well, so that was impressive. You do get a cradle that is stuck on, and you can get yourself a little V-mount clamp here, slap that in, and then just put that right on your light stand. These are very, very inexpensive. You do get a nice cord if you want it. I hate hanging things by the cord, so I will never use that, but this thing is actually Allen bolted in, which is very, very cool. You get great Velcro to Velcro up the straps, so very, very impressed there. You do get a handle. It is a no frills handle, but it works very well. When you press this down, you do get 2 battery indicators, so you can see when your NPFs are almost dead. And this also does double duty as a battery release. And again, you can mount this on a light stand right there as well. It's got a little spigot, and you can mount that on a light stand or pick it up and Hollywood it. Very, very, very cool. This dish is very interesting. I like how spotty it is. It works fairly well. Again, there is a little bit of edging, but again, if you really want a spotlight, you're going to probably most likely buy the spotlight mount for this. One thing I did notice is that it's a little sharp in here. I don't know if this was just a machine hiccup, but don't rub your finger in here. You could actually cut your finger. Now, let's talk about, because there's so little that I don't like about this. This is okay, I mean, it feels strong. Not my favorite thing in the world, but it's hard to find in the dark, but it does work. Again, I'm not a fan of these proprietary mounts, but we are going to be saddled with those, and at least they include the Bowens mount. Now, it is a little bit, in the dark, it is a little bit difficult to find, but it works pretty well and feels pretty solid. This release here is just okay. It is not my favorite. It is just plastic, and it's just plastic in a spring. So again, don't put a heavy modifier on this. You might actually break this part before you'll break the actual yoke itself. The case is premium. You can press down on it. It feels very, very solid. Comes with everything you need. Comes with a really nice strap. Does come with a little cap. I probably most likely won't use this. I'm going to end up just packing it up with this on it. So there you go. Really, really, really nice. And again, you could put a modifier right there. Super awesome. Now, let's do a little comparison here, as I still have the Colbor CL60 from my review last few weeks ago. You can check it out right there. These are about the same size. Yes, the Colbor is smaller. It is a little bit lighter. You could check out the how much they weigh right here. But I will say that functionality is key. These jog dials tend to be a little bit fidgety, and this just wasn't as good as this. Now, this will cost you $150, okay? This is a budget light, but you cannot, for the extra money, this is $320 for the extra money. I say save, go with something premium. This is good kind of to start if you have no budget or you want something cheap, but when I try to compare these two, there's no comparison. Very seldom do I bring in a product for review that I just fall in love with and want to keep, and this is definitely one of them. So I will be getting myself one of these, or even a set of these. I am just very, very impressed with what Nanlite has to offer, considering how either really plasticky and cheap the Amaran series is, or how heavy the Light Pro 60 is. Again, that is a totally different light. It is a spot floodlight, but you can get a spotlight mount for this and turn it into that. So all in all, not bad. I'm very, very impressed. I really, really love this thing. And again, for somebody who is trying to scale down, scale back, and go lighter, I replaced my panels with the Falconized matte panels. I'll definitely be replacing my 60s with this guy. So those are my thoughts, but I want to know yours. So leave your questions and comments in the notes below. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to mash the bell button to be notified when we drop a brand new video. And feel free to use the links below, as it helps out the channel. I'm Stephen Michael Zach, and I'm keeping this.